What did he what? Oh, Max?
Panel?
Yeah, I never really used that thing before.
Oh, it's great. Changed many different things. Why'd you turn off the fire?
I have PTSD every time we go near one. A lot of times I
Okay,
get lit
fair.
on fire.
I mean, it's pretty safe, but you know, to each their own. To each their own.
It's pretty safe.
think,
Yeah, last
this
time
table
somebody
does have
told me that,
fire
I
on
watched
it.
Stumbles. I watched Stumbles get like within a foot of it, and he lit on fire and caught everybody else on fire.
Well, there is a fire in the middle of the table too.
That is making me nervous. But you know what?
That's the father's fire. It should be safe.
Jesus, yuck. You know, if you didn't point that out, oh God.
It's all good. I designed it.
So where you been, Max? I haven't seen you in, you know, a hot minute. I mean, a lot of it has to do with me not really being around, but...
To be honest with you, I just haven't really been around myself either.
Really?
I was kind of around, you know, get like logistics done, get like everything sold at the house, get all that resolved. But other than that, I just kind of come around, check how people are doing, then usually just head back to sleep. And then check what new clothes there are too. There's some new suit vests in there, which are quite nice.
Yeah, it's been, different, but... I don't know, it just, a lot of people, like, a lot of our friends are, gone. And then Cups left, and I got
Yeah.
really upset, and, you know, I just kind of locked myself up for a while.
I'm kind of in a similar boat. Pretty much the only people that are around these days is, I mean, the clowns, you guys, and Andy Jones, Kitty. Those are the ones I really know that are around these days.
And then just a bunch of gang members, man.
Yep, bunch of gangbangers. You know, I woke up because I thought what would be a fun thing for me to do, you know, while I catch up with people is go fishing. I went fishing within 10 minutes. I got robbed.
What? You got robbed while you're fishing?
People get robbed there all the time.
What? They steal your fish?
They stole my fish, stole the money from my wallet, stole the rolled cash out of me.
That... Oh my God.
Yeah, it is just another generic gangbanger number 5. Black motorcycle helmet, monotone voice.
Oh,
Dime a
great.
dozen, really.
I've never been fishing, and now I know I never will.
Yeah, it's honestly anything civilian-wise is kind of rough in the city. That's kind of another reason why I haven't been around. It kind of sucks for civilians in town. Like, really sucks. It's impossible to be a civilian in the city anymore without, you know, just getting robbed.
Is there any way, like, what can make it better? Other than the people, like...
People respecting other people.
Oh, that's a long shot.
Yeah, that's never happening.
Jeez. You make a lot of money when you fish if you don't get robbed?
I mean, it's decent. Probably like at 4K an hour, roughly. Getting like those treasure chests is pretty good. You usually get like $2,000 in roll bills if you're lucky. It's pretty decent. It's one of those things. If I lived in Grapeseed, I probably would go fishing more often. It's just making the trip all the way up there just to get robbed instantly. You know, it just doesn't really feel too good.
If you lived in Grapeseed, huh?
Yeah, I did reach out to that person. They weren't willing to sell, unfortunately. I did have an idea I wanted to pass by you, though.
Okay, I'm listening.
So, I have been thinking about, you know, what I could do in town, what I would enjoy. And usually the top of my list is, you know, this place. I miss this place. But the more I really thought about it, the more I realized that I'll just be trying to chase how it was 5 years ago. And there's no way I'm going to be able to get it back to how it was 5 years ago. That's just kind of a...
What
how
exactly
it is, you know?
was it like 5 years ago?
I mean, just kind of Mirror Park in general was a lot more active.
Yeah.
You know, you had the HOA around. It's, you know, I gave them shit a lot of the time, HOA, but they really did make this place feel lively. That plus, we had, you know, our own custom drinks we made. We had mead, we had top shelf, we had custom bats we sold. These days we have nothing. It's just the building. Even back then, with all that stuff, it's difficult to get people in. Now it's impossible. I did try and open up this place for like a couple hours, but I think I opened it for 2 hours. No one showed up.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's not much of a market for alcohol, it seems. But what I was thinking, I mean, I guess kind of goes against that, but I want to see if I can open up a saloon in Grapeseed. I think having my own original spot that's just me, I think I would enjoy that more rather than trying to build this place back up again.
That's actually a really good idea.
Like the sort of thing that I can just, wake up when I want to wake up, open up there for a little bit, serve a few drinks, and, that kind of be it. Nothing really too complicated.
So, yeah. So, like, would you let's say you bought like on the strip, there's a couple warehouses and a few places, right? Like, let's say a little warehouse there came available. Is that something you would grab?
I would probably try to. There is one building there that I think would be perfect. It isn't purchasable just yet. Keep my eye on the app, though. Though I think everything that goes on the app gets bought, like, within 5 minutes from what I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, I'm selling the Polita house, and I wonder how long it's going to take to sell, because I think there's, only 4 houses on the market right now?
Yeah, it's amazing that the other day there's, like, only 3 houses left. Then these mansions opened up. The housing market is in a crisis.
Oh my god, another mansion opened up here. Whoa.
Yeah, there's a second one, another Richmond one. I'm honestly surprised those haven't been bought just yet. I guess in due time. Those do look nice, though.
Yeah, they're $7 million yucking dollars.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much. I mean, if people are able to just buy property as soon as it comes up, instantly, I'm assuming they've got some money.
Oh, yeah, no, 100%. I'm selling the Polita one for $1 million.
You probably will sell it. I mean, I almost sold it for $500K, the house on the south side.
Really?
Yeah,
how much did you buy it for?
220.
Jeez, you made some money off of that, huh? Did you take all the furniture out?
Yep, that's with all the furniture taken out.
Nice.
So we kept all the furniture. Kitty's got it in storage right now, in case we do get another house at some point.
So financially, you're in a good spot right now. If something did pop up, you have a good chance.
It kind of depends on the price, unfortunately.
Well, Grapeseed wouldn't be very expensive.
Well, I've got about 400K in my bank right now, but that's, everyone's shares and everything. I think me, personally, I've got about, 150 to 200K.
Well, I'm just saying, if something pops up and you have all that money, I just say go for it.
Yeah, that might be the option.
I wouldn't wait for everybody else to get their share. I wouldn't worry too much about that because, look, did they pay the bills there? Did you pay all the bills?
I paid all the bills.
Well, I mean, gotta take that.
I want to make sure people get their money back, though. I know April had been screwed over with something similar in the past, so I don't want to have that happen to her again.
April's been japping people for, months!
Yeah, but that's not what I do. McGorl.
I bet you April's yucking rich!
She probably is. It doesn't change the fact she doesn't get rich without caring about every penny.
Jesus, yuck. I bet she won't even remember.
I think Eli owes her money too.
That doesn't surprise me.
I think it's only 10K, but I don't even think he could pay that back.
I'll tell you what, Max. How about this? You're living out of the apartment right now, right?
In the apartment. Got it nicely decorated, though.
I might be able to help you out.
I mean, if you guys do see it on the market.
Well, not even that. I can temporarily get you set up in Grapeseed.
Oh.
Possibly. So
I'd love to move up there.
I am selling the Polito house. You gotta keep this close to your chest, though, right?
Oh, well, I'll keep it right under the vest.
Most of the clowns don't even know this. I'm working on it.
Okay.
I'm gonna fix the doors. I'm gonna change the yucking locks. I'm gonna get something built in there, and then I'll give you a room.
Sure.
Until you can find a spot in Grapeseed. Which house did you talk? Which person did you talk to trying to buy their house? Was it the
It was. Hold on, let me get their name. I think it was Alice. I think.
Ah, that's the one that bought house number 1, the one closest to the lake,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I like that one. I had a nice little view of the lake.
Kirk
I
used
think
to
they're
own
pretty
that
happy
house.
there, though. Yeah, Sooty was telling me. It
So-
is a nice house, right next to the fishing spot, too.
Yeah, so she wasn't interested at all to sell. Like, she was just like, nah.
She said that she's not keen to sell it for now or in the near future, but would give you guys the heads up if they do sell first.
She a cop or something?
I don't know. I think you said EMS potentially.
Yeah, I couldn't remember.
I wonder if they're happy there. They're happy there. I've got no issue living in the apartments.
Well, I know, but just. So if she wants to sell it, I'll just. If I grab it, we'll just give it to you then.
I mean, I think I'd rather save my money to try and get the saloon first, and then maybe look into getting a house. Because I could always just sleep in the saloon.
If I can relocate Sooty's farm, like if something else pops up that we can grab to relocate Sooty's farm, that place might be the perfect spot for your saloon, no? Where Sooty's farm is right now?
That could work too. My only issue with that one is that there's no windows at the bottom. I kind of like the idea of
there is
having
no
windows out
down
into the
there,
street.
Yeah, there
It's
is
only
none.
at the top. I mean, the one that I was looking at, it's on the corner right next to the gas station. It's got a real saloon sort of look to it. Even has like a little clock on top of it.
Corner by. Oh! That's the one, yuck. Sooty used to have that firework place there, right?
It's the one opposite that. Not the farmer's market, the one opposite it.
Opposite of that. Let me look here on my GPS. See the shape of the. Oh! Oh my God! Actually, you know what? Yeah. Wait, is that is that a property right now or no?
No, not at the moment. It's why I try and keep an eye out for it. But it's got the door around the corner. It's got windows as well to the street. It's got some like upstairs windows, I think. I'd love to try and make it look like a old western saloon. I think it'd be a really unique look for it.
Oh my God, Max! I see the vision. I'm seeing the vision here, man.
I recommend going and check out the building. It's a really nice one. I mean, in general, I just love Grapeseed.
Yeah,
One
me
of my
too.
favorite like viewing spots is up that way. There's this one spot near that area that you can see the entirety of Grapeseed and Sandy from. It's a really nice little perch.
It's up on the. Isn't it up the mountain a little bit? Like, isn't there like a?
Yeah, it's like just past the gas station. There's that like big shed warehouse thing.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Then there's like a
Yeah,
little like.
it's just before there. There's a turn, like a little pathway.
Yep. I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's really nice. I think Grapeseed's a really underrated area.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's why I refuse to leave there and why we keep all gang members out of there at all costs.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Honestly,
did I ever tell you the story about years ago when Chaos Legion rolled into Grapeseed?
I've not, no.
So,
I know, what was it, the Wastelanders? They were up there for a bit?
Yeah, so the Wastelanders were up there, and we would yuck with them a little bit, right? But we never really chased them out because they weren't like gang. Like, they were just like a group that hunted all the time and stuff, but they weren't like. I didn't really see them as gang members, really. You know what I mean? Because they didn't. They didn't really press nobody or do stuff like that. You know what I mean? Or rob people. And,
I mean, they're a motorcycle club, right?
They weren't even that. They were just a
Really?
bunch of freaks just like us. You know what I mean? So I was like,
Oh, right.
we yucked with them still, but it was not serious, right? Then one of their members named Bree McNabb jumped to a different club called Chaos Legion. They went and kicked out the Wastelanders. And they were trying to be gang, right? So the Wastelanders came to us and were like, hey, if you guys get rid of them, we'll give you all the properties. Because they're trying to buy up all the properties. So we said, bet. So we went to war with Chaos Legion, and we won the war without firing a single yucking bullet.
Damn.
Wait,
Wait, did you go swinging?
Nope. So me and Kirk will go up to their president, then their treasurer. We kept going up to their members and talking yuck, saying, oh, the president's saying this and that about you. Oh, now the treasurer's talking yuck about the president, saying she wants to overthrow him. They ended up shooting each other because of our lies.
I call that the Fingal tactic. Fingal Dan used to do that all the time.
Really?
Like, he would just see a random person go up and say, hey, see that guy over there? He's talking real shit about you. And then usually they go and shoot them or something.
Yeah, well, we took out a whole gang and it was really funny.
Honestly, that's a very fun way to take out a gang.
It was...
I
laughed. I was laughing every single day, Max, because we would stand there and watch the aftermath, and it was crazy. And then, do you remember the Diamond Dogs?
I remember the Diamond Dogs.
So they had beef. They had beef with Chaos Legion, so we convinced them to go shoot the president and take their cuts. So we weren't in, like, so technically they didn't know we were involved, right? So you could take their cuts off of them, and then. I think we ended up giving it to Bree, their treasurer, and that caused even more problems. I think that was the nail in the coffin. I think they ended up all just shooting each other, and there was a huge divide, and they disbanded.
So you went for the strategic way. That's also pretty smart.
Yeah, I didn't want to shoot nobody.
And by the sounds of it, it completely worked if they disbanded.
It worked out just way too good. We had houses, we had all sorts of things for like nothing. We didn't even pay for. It was crazy.
Huh.
Yeah, we were up good.
I guess you've definitely earned Grapeseed then.
Well, you know, and then we went to war, and then there was a collapse, and we lost everything. But, you know, we still got the fun house, so at least we got that.
Yeah. I mean, no one else is trying to take over Grapeseed, are they?
Well, here's the thing. You know about, like, the gangs grabbing turf and stuff now?
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
So, like, there's this, like, crime boss everybody answers to, which I think that guy can suck a yuck. I'd punch him in the yucking face. But he's, like, telling all the gangs, like, you know, if you can run these areas and stuff like that, and they'll like, reward them with stuff, right? Like, this really rich crime boss or something. I've never really met him. But
people don't really care about the areas. They care more about the crime boss.
Yeah, because the crime boss is telling you what area to go to, right? And whoever gets it, gets it. So Grapeseed, the crime boss doesn't think is worth it, which I think is a good thing, right? But if it ever does become, if the crime boss ever looks at it and is like, we're going to make this an area, that's not going to be good. And we got to try to grab that to try to prevent boyuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I kind of feel like if a gang hold down like an area, they should try and build up the area. Like, you know, open up businesses, try and make the area an actual area.
You know how it is.
Try and go for a crime boss.
They hold it down to tax people for just walking through it. And we ain't having any of that boyuck.
Oh, God, yeah. Who would tax people in... I guess they're trying to tax the fishermen.
They probably would.
Try and tax.
Or press you saying, what are you doing here and stuff like that. It's like, what do you mean, what are you doing here? It's Grapeseed. Anybody can come on down here and do whatever the yuck they want. As long as it's not hurting no one.
What are you doing walking in this area?
I hate that. I yucking hate that.
Everyone's just so suspicious of people.
Well, it's just because it's just like people think they own everything. It's like, remember like way back when you had the phone to go to Vespucci? How stupid that was? So if I lived in Vespucci, I got a phone to go down there? Like, go yuck yourself.
Like, I had like boosts were a big thing with that. Like, oh, you have a boost in the area, you got to call them up to let them know you got a boost in the area.
Yeah, yuck that.
Yeah, I think the HOA ended up getting rid of that at one point. Just, you know, it's just not worth it.
No, it's just like, I don't know, it's just...
Like, who cares?
My vision for Grapeseed's the same as it's always been. Freedom. It's where actual freedom is.
See, I like that. I think there is some genuine potential in Grapeseed. It's always been one of the more underrated areas.
Well, we got Mayor Andy that has our back that's going to support some of our ideas for Blaine County, so...
Perfect. No, I'm so happy Andy won. He's a great choice for the North.
She told me to put a book together. Well, we were talking on the phone. We're going to get a book together with really silly laws that she'll pick through, she said.
I've got an idea for one.
Yeah, okay.
The High Noon Law.
What's that?
So you can challenge anyone to like a legal duel, like a pistol duel, but it can only be at 12, like at lunchtime. At 12.
You can only do it at 12 o'clock?
like a pacing sort of thing. You go back to back, you pace, and then turn and fire.
It's like legal for like 2 minutes.
Yep, legal for 2 minutes.
Max, that's a great yucking idea. That's a great idea.
I was thinking about that because that'd be fun to settle disputes in the saloon.
Yeah.
You just go outside.
Yeah,
we block off the road in Grapeseed, so it's only the main strip with no cars going down, and that's where the duel happens, on that main strip. That
my
strip's
God.
always reminded me of an old western town.
What would you name your saloon?
At the moment, I was just thinking Angel Saloon. I call a lot of my businesses Angel.
Okay.
I'm
Oh
trying
man,
to think
that'd
of
be so
something else.
cool. So you sell like alcohol there?
It mainly just be alcohol. Just an area people can go to hang out if they want to. It's
like
the same
that.
sort of thing I used to do at this place. I just be here, serve drinks, people can come by and talk, come out and hang out if they want to. That's what I'd want. There's not really many areas to hang out in the city right now.
Yeah.
It's just kind of senior buns. I think a saloon up there would be kind of fun.
No, definitely. There was somebody owned like a bar in Grapeseed a long time ago, and I can't remember who it was.
Yes, it was Archibald McRae.
Right. Yes.
We
went there
controlled
time to
all the
time.
alcohol in town here at the library, so we provide them their drinks.
Wait, the library controlled all the alcohol, really?
We were the only people that could make custom drinks.
Really?
So all the other bars would come to us to get their drinks made.
Interesting.
It was a pain in the buttocks at the time, though. Because the way the list worked is that you'd put a new drink in, and then it'd be on the list. And we found out there's a limit, and I think the limit was like 148 drinks. That's how many drinks we had on that menu. So trying to get them made was a bit of a pain, because you have to go in the list of the recipes, make the drink, go back in, make another drink.
Yeah, that does sound like a pain. That does.
It was a bit of a pain after a while, but it was nice being able to help the other bars.
Was that like that underground thing you guys had? Is that where you made it?
No, that was just at the bar.
Oh,
About the
right.
underground thing, you see again, keep this to your chest.
Yep.
You see that stairway there?
Yeah.
You see there's that bit of wall just underneath it?
Oh, wait, yeah.
That was the door to the underground.
Wait, what?
I'm pretty sure it's all still there, it's just the doors are locked. This place had many a secret. Down there, that was my domain. I ran the stuff down there. I was the only one that went down there.
That's actually, who built this yuckin' place? Like, was this built like by like the gang or something like that, or?
It was funded by Mr. Sis Volker.
Really?
It was his place. He did entrust it to me, after he left, but the state said otherwise.
I haven't seen that guy. Has he ever come back?
Oh, he did for like a month or two, and then I think he's dead. Probably. That's the current theory.
You think he's dead?
Well, we used to have this rule of thumb that if he had been gone for more than 3 days, he's probably dead.
Okay, that's yucked up.
It was started by his friend Turbo. Like, if he was gone for 3 days, he would come here getting ready to plan a funeral.
Is any of the HOA members still around, or is there like?
It's basically just Andy these days.
Really?
A gang of 40 people, now just kind of one remaining.
Like they're all dead. They've all disappeared.
I think Rod's still around ever so often. But other than that, it's they're pretty much all gone.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's makes me sad. I do miss them. This place definitely isn't the same without them.
No, like you said, it's very, 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 very quiet.
Yeah, it's a very big building, which is a good thing, but it definitely adds to the silence. There's so many like little tidbits, like the lady of the lake in the center. Not many people even know about her anymore. My office, it's still there, but there's some things I can't access anymore.
Yeah, things have changed, huh?
Yeah,
Well,
I do miss it.
I mean,
But I'm going to tell you another secret of the library. I can trust you.
hey,
In my office, the bookcase opens.
what?
Well, it used to.
What?
And have you ever seen
What?
John Wick?
I've heard of it.
Well, there's this one scene where I think it's in number 2. There's this gun dealer guy at one of the hotels that's in this like pure red room with guns and racks all around. That's what that room is. There was a wheel of revolvers. There was like machine guns behind there.
What?
There was a lot of plans for this place that unfortunately never came to fruition.
What the yuck were you guys trying to do?
I don't know, do gun dealing more fun than just, rolling up to someone saying, hey, here's your gun, and then driving off. I wanted to put some pizzazz to it.
Oh, you're just gonna do gun dealing. It wasn't gonna be some crazy overthrowing the government and taking over, some big...
Oh, no, nothing like that. The
Come read our
HOA were
books or
happy
die.
with Mirror Park. We try to get people to come here and read the books.
I have a book
I think
here.
most of the city's illiterate.
I got a book here.
Indeed you do. It's right next to mine.
Yeah, it's a picture book. It's all pictures.
Wait, it's a picture book?
Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't know how to write at the time.
Oh, fair enough.
I just took a bunch of pictures of the funhouse. There's a picture there of Stumbles falling down the steps. It's like every time you flip the page, it's him in a different position going down the steps.
Is it Scratch and Sniff?
What's that? What's that?
Is it Scratch and Sniff?
Yeah,
Nice. I don't think I'd ever want to scratch it and sniff it.
not Kirk's page.
Oh, God. I'm just imagining, like, a lot of cheese smells.
Oh.
Blue cheese specifically.
It's been just out in the sun.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the book guy's still around. He still sells books from here. Though he doesn't have the book printer anymore, unfortunately. I never did get a book printer in here.
This place is good for like when like events, right? Like if someone wants to plan a big event, this is a perfect place to go. Like didn't Ray's birthday happen here?
That was the purpose of this whole northern wing here. This was designed specifically for events. Yeah, that's why I have all like the interchangeable things.
Was this wing around 5 years ago?
No, that was only just finished construction when everyone came back to town. So we were relatively brand new. Unfortunately, you didn't really get to use it too much. I think Nicholas still does D&D over there.
The first few months, there's a lot of people in here. It just kind of, yeah.
Yeah, there was like erotic book readings in here, like just before Storm every day. It was popping for a bit. It's just I don't know. It's difficult. A lot of people in this town like to go fast. They don't really like to stop and sit around for a bit.
I got that problem too sometimes, I won't lie.
I mean, it's fair.
I got problems sitting around sometimes. I get it makes me I don't know, it just does terrible things to me, and I just gotta leave.
Let's be honest with you, I don't like doing events. That's one thing I never enjoyed doing. I much prefer just kind of opening and letting people come in if they want to. Like, come in, have a talk, grab a drink. That's what I enjoyed about running this place. I didn't really enjoy doing events.
Events can be chaotic.
Yeah, they can be very noisy. I always had like this, no one showing up to your birthday party sort of fear.
Yeah, I used to do funhouse events all the time years and years and years ago when I was a really bad person. And now I'm not a really, really bad person. Now I'm just a bad person, so I just don't do the bad things I used to. Yeah.
What happened at a funhouse party?
It was a long time ago, Max, all right? So just don't freak out, all right?
I mean, I've seen you guys throw people off bridges.
Yeah, that's
Worse than that.
Nothing compared. I used to, okay, there was a time, Max, where I had 40 people in that house. 40.
Right.
And I trapped them in there, and I made them play games. And if they didn't play the game properly, I would stab them in the throat. So basically what would happen...
on them?
Basically they would have to play games and kill each other off, and last one standing gets to leave.
Huh.
They won their life. That's it.
How did I never hear about that?
It was a long
Well, I
time
guess
ago.
everyone died.
It was a long time ago. It was really bad, Max. I got 5150.
Chaotic.
I got 5150.
Oh god, you had to go to Parsons?
Yep. But I was so yucking good, I got out in 24 hours. I
How do
convinced
you be
Pix-
good at therapy?
Didn't
I
do
don't
it-
think you can win therapy.
Oh yeah, you can. Because basically when they put you in there, right, you stay there. Like a lot of people that get put in there like, all those years ago, they didn't get out. Like that was it. They were yuck. They were stuck there. I managed to get out in 24 hours. I convinced them I was completely fine, and they had me all wrong, and she let me out. But ever since then, I was way more careful.
Yeah, that's fair.
I
I
met
don't want to
Kirk.
push your luck.
When I met Kirk, I stopped doing all that bad stuff. When I met Kirk and Tessa.
Wait, Kirk calmed you down?
Well, I wasn't really interested in killing people no more the way I used to, and we used to go do yuck stuff, and it was way more. He taught me different ways to have to live life, and it was a lot better.
You went more for the funny?
Yeah, but I accidentally destroyed his whole gang.
He was in a gang?
Yeah, he was in a gang called the
What gang was
Stable.
he in? Oh, I think I remember hearing about that.
I destroyed that entire gang, and everybody blames Kirk, but it was really my fault.
Yeah, I remember Kirk was a Rod's son, I think, too.
Yeah,
At that time. Don't know if he
Yeah.
still is.
It was like the first week I knew Kirk. I stole a police car, and it was him and Abner that were rolling together, and it was pretty late, so his whole gang was, off to bed and stuff. So I called Kirk and I said, "Hey man, got this cop car. You want to go around and pretend to be cops?" And he said, "Yeah, that sounds great." So we went and started pulling people over, pretending to be cops. We were stealing their guns and stuff. Then I see an orange Hummer looking thing. So I roll up and pull that thing over. And I put a gun on him and tell him to get out the car. And I made him pick up his phone, and he had to phone his boss to quit his job and talk yuck to him. Little did I know that he was an HOA member, and he called Sizz. So-
Imagine that was fun.
Well, for me, it was no problem. The next day, Kirk got a phone call from his gang leaders, and they said, "What the yuck did you do? Now the HOA wants $1 million worth of materials because of what you guys did." So they made Kirk and Abner get into a yucca garbage truck and drive around all yucca for every day for I don't know how long, weeks, to get these materials. And I didn't do a yucking thing. Because Kirk knew if I got in that truck, he wouldn't have made any money.
That sounds very HOA. If I know Sizz well, which I do, he probably called that person an idiot. The one that you guys held up. That's most likely what happened.
Well,
He would not be afraid to call the gang members idiots.
well, he
There
probably
used to
got
be a
called an
thing called
idiot, but
Molding Monday.
Molding Monday?
Yeah, because Sizz was never awake on the weekends, and HOA would always cause problems on the weekends. So you'd have to wake up on Monday and learn about what they did. If that happened on a weekend, that probably would have led into a Molding Monday. I think Andy even wrote a song about it.
One was yucked up. Me and Kirk ran the council. It's so reversed to everybody else. All the other clowns are not around, and me and Kirk are the ones that get everybody else in trouble. We do
I
something.
mean, that's just clown business.
We do something, and then Pockets will wake up the next day, and Pockets just gets shot in the head, and he doesn't know what the yuck for. Yeah, but it's pretty yucking funny if you ask me.
I do think that you would have gotten on well with Sizz if you'd known him more.
Oh, I knew Sizz. He hated me.
Oh, right.
Yeah, something about he wanted me to kill somebody named Anna Swallows, and I did do it, but I never told him about it. And it was because I don't remember what I did to him. I kept yucking things up for Sizz, and he got really mad at me. I was really bad.
Yeah, he went through. There's an artifact up there called the Suffronomicon with Sizz's face on it. It glows sometimes. He went through a lot of suffering. I wouldn't surprise if he died of old age at 40. Just from the amount of stress he went through.
Well, he chose that life, though, didn't he?
Oh no, he did not want to be the gang leader. Any chance he could, he tried to give the gang leader to someone else.
It never worked.
No one would accept it. It never worked. No.
Well, who started the gang?
He did.
Well, what the yuck?
I mean, I don't know if it was ever serious, but he would try and give the gang to someone else whenever he could. He also would always offer me a shotgun. Sad that I never accepted that offer.
You should have.
Should have. I did get one eventually.
When I first
That's a
met
birthday gift.
I first met Kirk, I had no use for stuff like that, right? So I used to give it to him. I used to go rob the police station, and I'd walk out of there with like a Groza, 4 automatic Glocks with suppressors and all this other stuff like PD guns, tasers, and I used to just go to Kirk and give it all to him.
I think I had an Uzi at one point.
Oh, that's yucking cool. I had one of those before.
Yeah,
I think the
like,
Uzi's the coolest gun. When you walk with it, it looks so cool.
yeah, it was rusted, but you know, you could still have it on your back, so it looked pretty cool. I kept that in one of the safes in the back rooms here. It was cool.
Yeah. As much as I hate guns, I miss some of them. Because when you got them there, it was really funny. Because, like, you ever see James Randall run around with an AK?
Oh, God.
It's the most
That man was
hilarious
just
thing in the
pure
world.
chaos.
I saw him running by the burger shot with an AK on his back, and he was holding a grenade. And the cops showed up. And James freaked out because he thought they were trying to kidnap him, so he blew up all the cop cars. He killed so many people, Max, it was yucked.
See, that sounds kind of fun, but I do miss those sort of weapons in town. But I just know that if those weapons were in town now, I probably would see them whilst getting robbed at G6 or whilst fishing, most likely.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, probably.
I think I don't want to get AK'd whilst doing G6.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. I mean, it just sucks that people rob, I knew this was gonna happen. I knew this was gonna happen. The gangs are gonna get stronger and stronger, and all the civs are gonna get yucked, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of happened back in the day, too. It just happened a lot faster this time.
That's why I knew it was coming.
I mean, how many civilians are there really left in the city?
No, there's
that aren't
none.
EMS and doctor?
There's like none.
There is not many of us left now. Very, very few.
I can't name 10 civs. I can't.
Yeah, it's definitely rough out there. I mean, ultimately, it's just, everyone gets to a point where they think, I could do everything I'm doing right now, but also go rob banks. And that's usually what happens. I mean, G6 isn't really that thing that really keeps people for the long term.
No one understands that, like, civilians are the backbone of the community, you know?
Oh, yeah.
The backbone of this whole yucking island.
Makes it feel a lot more alive, that's for sure.
Yeah. I wonder if, like, what could... Other than, like, if you take the gangs aside, right, and everybody robbing civs all the time, like, that's a thing, right? Like, that... And
But that's always going to be a thing.
It's hard to prevent that, right?
Yeah, criminals are going to be criminals at the end of the day. I mean, I don't blame people for doing that. It's just, it gets tiresome after a while. But that person, the person that robbed me fishing, he initially came over asking for food, and I gave him food. Then they held me up.
That's
they don't even speak whilst holding me up either.
Up. They asked you for food, you gave them food, and they held you up.
Yeah. I don't know why they did that, because couldn't they just hold me up for food anyway? I don't know why they led with that.
That's just pathetic.
Yeah, it's rough out there. No, it's rough being a civilian for sure.
Yeah, there needs to be more for needs to be more for people like yourself, Max.
I can hope one day. I mean, I like the saloon idea. Businesses are typically, where civilians shine.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of wish the food court was for civilians. Pretty much every booth there is owned by a gang now.
Yeah, they ran out a lot of civ businesses.
Yeah, I tried to get the coffee shop. Well, Suni tried to get it for me because it was available like late at night. There was 4 people holding it down with guns to try and get it.
That's so yucked.
And it's right after Storm 2, so PD ain't gonna bother. They've got their meetings. They only ever come available right after Storm, like within the first 10 minutes of Storm. That's what I was trying to do to give myself some purpose in town again.
It's too bad it's not just like random. Like it's on a specific day, but it's not just like boom, random spot. Like.
It's specific days, and every booth is specific too. So if one person owns the coffee shop, no one else can own a coffee shop for as long as they rent it. And you can rent those things for months. I think someone has one rented for like 4 months.
Holy yuck.
I wish it was more like the farmer's market. You know, you own it whilst you're there, and then whilst you're no longer there, then no longer.
Yeah. Oh my God, there's people. Hi.
Hello.
Hey guys, how's
What
it
you-
going?
What are you doing?
Here for some books.
Here to read some books.
You guys don't look like the type of gentleman that read. Yeah.
You don't seem like the type of gentleman that would sit on a couch with his legs crossed.
Why not? Don't you see what I'm wearing
It's
right now?
comfy.
It's called style.
You
Fashion.
look like a goddamn gangbanger with that mask on.
That I can't disagree, and I hate it. But this is my life for the next month. I bet. At least I bet.
It's a good life to
Who
live.
did this to you?
My fiance,
Really?
she took my mask and got on an airplane.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Love really changes people.
Love hurts. Ooh, love hurts. Well, I hope you guys have fun pretending to read and stuff like that. And if you guys are gang members, hopefully you fall down the stairs.
Oh, okay. Hopefully I don't fall down the stairs.
You know what? I'm gonna take my mask off because I'm not a gang member.
I think you should put that mask back on. Holy yuck.
What are you trying to say?
I'm just saying that you are not a nice looking individual.
Are you serious?
I'm pretty yucking serious.
You know what they say, if you don't got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all.
Who says that?
Your mother.
I hate my mom.
I can see why.
Mum?
I got a new mom to replace my other mom.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, her name is Tessa, and she'll beat the yuck out of you.
Tessa is pretty cool.
I like Tessa. She taught me how to drive once.
So then why are you talking yuck, man?
Because I didn't know that was your mom.
Now you do.
This is
Man.
her baby
Yeah,
boy.
Your
Yeah.
new mom is a lovely lady.
Yeah.
Thankfully,
Thank you.
Thankfully, you got an upgrade. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. What do you got? Yeah,
I got a papa.
you got a papa. If he's anything like you, then you know you're destroyed.
That's crazy.
Did that go too far, Max?
I hope you stub your toe.
Oh, you yuck! Oh, that's a low blow, man.
Yeah, you went low. You went low. So guess what? I'm going lower.
There's
I'm going
nothing
to the
lower than
evil
your
depths
yucking
of
toe, man.
Stubbing your toe.
Oh, you sack of yuck.
Crazy.
That
Well-
is pretty low.
Well, hopefully you get a ticket when you leave here when you try to drive a car, which you probably don't know because you don't know how to read the yucking stop signs
I
and
hope
the
your
speed
wife
limits.
never comes back. Huck, two.
Oh, you sicko!
Now that was just rude.
When she gets back, I'm gonna. Ah, yuck! That's not
He's
worth
gone.
saying. He's gone. Yeah, yuck it.
He's gonna wait what?
I'm not gonna finish what I was gonna say.
What were you going to say?
Don't worry about it, Max. So, about the saloon.
Yes. I'm gonna keep an eye on the tablet. I wake up every day just to see if there's anything new. Still, those mansions are still there.
Why don't you just buy a mansion and make it a big
I
saloon?
don't have that money. I'm not Marlowe.
Well, how much money you got right now?
400k. Again, it's the money that I do owe to people at some point.
$400,000, right? So if you don't pay that back, you're almost at $1 million, which means you need, jeez, you only need 5 more million.
Yeah, just a couple more million.
5
I
or
could,
6, yeah.
go do G6 for a while, make some money up, hope I don't get robbed. Probably make that money pretty quickly. I mean, the thing is, I think I definitely could make money. It's just I don't really feel like doing those jobs because they're boring.
Yeah.
The jobs are very tedious.
Moonshine is different now, the way you sell it.
I've been told.
It's
I think
actually
for
a lot more
me,
enjoyable.
I gotta be honest with you, my inner hipster won't let me do moonshine again. Everyone's doing it, so I don't want to do it.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Back in the
Everybody
day, I
stopped.
was the only one that could do moonshine.
The whole
It's
weed
what made
game
me
went.
useful.
The whole weed game went to yuck because of moonshine.
Do people even do weed anymore?
Very little.
I'm sure it'll shift again at some point. When
Hopefully.
everyone doesn't care about moonshine, that's when I'll sweep back in. Actually, I need to talk to someone that does moonshine because I want to know what it tastes like. Like the real good stuff. If it's anything like my old top shelf. Which, by the way, that was made with moonshine, if you ever had some back in the day.
Really?
Hmm? I was the one that made it. I cooked moonshine back in the day. I was the only
Oh
one.
yeah. Jeez, why is
That's
my
what's
memory so
down
bad?
those stairs over there. I wish I could show you that room.
Yeah,
so
you told me
badly.
about this and I totally forgot. What the yuck?
There's a giant distillery down there with like several giant wooden barrels. Like, and by giant wooden barrels, I mean giant wooden barrels, all filled with alcohol. That was my domain down there. I was the only one that went down there.
Were you
You
rich?
didn't- Relatively. I got most of my money through oil pumping.
Oh,
Moonshine
yeah.
wasn't much money.
I remember the oil rigs.
Yeah, they you know, it was good money. Again, kind of tedious after a while, but it was good.
Yeah, you remember Keith Herman?
I remember Keith.
Yeah, he did that and he had so much money.
Oh yeah, I supplied all the gas to Mirror Park gas station back in the day. I mean, it was good. That was a good way, you know. That's the thing only civilians could do, which was nice.
Jesus, yuck, man, you're full of secrets, huh?
Oh yeah, this play I was trusted by the HUA a lot. Like those stuff that I'm telling you, no one in the HUA but High Command knew about that stuff, and me. Like that stuff was kept well under secret.
And
even from
never
HUA.
got out ever.
Nope, we kept it deadly secret. Which honestly, I don't know if I would change that if I went back. I wish I did show more people those rooms. At least, you know, people saw them and appreciated them. I was always just worried about it getting busted and then, you know, the HUA being mad at me for that. But hell, even the moonshine, you know, we never really gave the raw stuff to anyone. We just made it into top shelf, which was legal.
Well, it's good that, it's definitely good that, you, kept that pretty close to your chest, because I'll tell you one thing. If I would have found out about that all that time ago when I didn't really know you, and Sis made me mad and did something bad to me, I would have snitched.
Oh yeah, I think that's the reason why we never showed anyone it, because there's a lot of people like that in town that will turn on a dime if they want to.
Oh yeah, I would have been one of them. If I was gonna go to jail for something not even that serious, I would have snitched. I would snitch on other people's stuff to get out of stuff. I was really mean.
Yeah, I mean, it's what you do.
Yeah, and I still do it. Only if it's funny,
I mean,
though.
The thing is, the room down there, technically it wasn't really that illegal. Unless they, you know, have moonshine being made down there, all it is just a bunch of pipes and, like, wooden barrels.
Yeah, they'd have to catch you in the act, huh?
Yeah, there's so many. There's even a secret tunnel there that led to the back of the library, like, over that way. Like, one of the buildings by Digital Den. In case we ever needed a quick escape.
Oh, man, this place must have been so much fun in its glory.
Oh, very much so. I do think we very much underutilized it, though. That gun room I told you about, that never got used for anything.
Yeah.
And it's a damn shame. It would have been nice.
Oh,
It
yeah,
looked so
that's
cool.
right, the
I felt
roosters
very
thing.
cool in there.
You want to hear something yucked up that I did to Lang Buddha?
What do you do?
You know, I own the Rooster's Rest.
Yeah?
So, I had a feud with him for years, right? He banned me from the Rooster's Rest, like right when it opened, basically. I was kidnapping their employees, and I was like making them do yuck stuff, and I kept bombing the place. It was really bad, but he made me do it. He was yucking with me. But so I waited a while, and then I got caught. I can't remember what I did, but I got caught doing something really bad. So I went to court and I blamed Lang Buddha for everything and said he made me do it. And they said, how? And I said, Lang Buddha put an RPG to my face outside the Rooster's Rest, forced me to do this crime, And then I watched him walk back into the Rooster's Rest with that RPG. And then he said something about taking me to the dungeon. And the cops were like, wait, what? RPG? Rooster's Rest? Dungeon? They went and raided the place. I had no evidence, nothing. I just made all of it up and they just went in there and raided. I could not believe it.
Was that like, you know, towards the end of that, like the year before everyone left? I think I remember hearing about. I worked at Cerberus back then. I think I remember hearing about that.
It was probably close to that, yeah.
Damn.
I didn't actually know they had a dungeon in there, by the way. Apparently they had a dungeon. I had no yucking idea.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yep. But, you know, I didn't get killed for it, so that was a plus.
That's good.
I just couldn't believe I couldn't believe they actually did, though.
Not...
I had no proof. Nothing. And they still did it.
They still raided the place?
Yeah, they went and raided the yucking place. I couldn't. Max, I'm telling you, I was like, what? I think those cops got in trouble or something, because I think it was just like, I think they yucked up big time.
If I was Lang, I'd probably be more mad at the cops than at you. That's probably why he never got back at you with that. He's probably more mad at them.
I don't know if they found anything, because if they would have found anything, that place would have got shut down, right?
So, I mean, you know how businesses were back then. Maldini's human trafficked people to sell weed.
I had no idea that was a thing.
They got caught for that. They went to court and they still kept the place.
They human traffic people to sell their weed.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, it's like they were telling people to go down to Maldini's for some sort of deal. And then they'd get trafficked to go do something with weed.
That's yuck.
Specifics. I'm pretty sure they got caught for it.
That's actually yucked up. What the yuck?
Yeah, I don't know why we're ever so careful with this place.
Well, you never know. Who knows what'll happen, you know what I mean?
Yeah, true. I do hope maybe someday those doors can open.
Like if it was remember Officer Wanka?
Officer what?
Officer Wanka. He always like kicked people's doors in on time. He was like the raiding king of the PD.
Oh, yeah, I think I remember him.
He like he was in a wheelchair for a while too, and he worked with Kyle Pratt a lot. He always raided people, like a lot. In court all the time.
Yeah, I think I remember that person. He had like a mustache or something.
Yeah, like
right?
a handlebar mustache.
Didn't he? Mayor too.
What did he? What? Oh. Max? Well.